Good morning and welcome to the Forex Daily Update, brought to you by Pepperstone on the 9th of February 2018. I'm Darren Sinden and you can follow me throughout the day on Twitter by using @ds_Pepperstone. Right, let's take a look at overnight changes and price moves to be aware of. Another relatively quiet day on the world's foreign exchanges given what's gone on elsewhere. We'll just flag a couple of points here though. First of all, gains for sterling in the cable rate, 0.42% up on the day for the British pound after comments from the Bank of England suggesting UK rates may rise sooner than was anticipated. The Aussie dollar going the other way, down around 0.63%. The Reserve Bank of Australia trimming its unemployment forecast overnight. We've also seen the yen appreciate somewhat against the dollar. 108.91 the yen trading against the dollar, up around 0.37%. Wondering if that perhaps is the first indication of some safe haven flows coming into the yen. And the dollar itself, as expressed by a dollar index, 90.25, so hanging on to that 90 handle, but not looking too convincing while it's there. In the world of cryptocurrencies, there could well be a rotation out of Bitcoin and into Ether and Ripple. Bitcoin down around 5% on the day, whilst Ether is up 5% and Ripple is up by just a smidgen more at 5.52%. Right, what's on the calendar? Events that may move the markets today. A slightly more compact calendar than we had yesterday. We've already had home loans data and the RBA monetary policy statement out overnight. We've also had consumer price and producer price index data out of China. We'll look at that in a bit more detail momentarily. To come at 9:30 GMT, we'll have manufacturing and industrial production data out of the UK for December. Pretty interesting to see how the UK economy is faring after yesterday's upbeat comments from Mark Carney and the Bank of England. We'll also have an estimate of GDP for the UK up to the 3 months, including January 2018. 13:30 we'll see unemployment data out of Canada. Obviously the market watching quite closely here in terms of the potential for another Canadian rate rise. And at 16:45 even, MPC member Andy Cunliffe will speak here in London. And at 1800 we will have the influential Baker Hughes US oil rig count data. Obviously interested to see what that number says. Oil prices dipping on fears of an oversupply driven perhaps by US shale producers. Right, breaking news and comment that's caught my eye overnight. First of all, US equities have suffered another sharp sell-off of around 4% overnight. Chinese equity indices have followed suit, down around 5%. But other Asian indices have remained relatively calm. China's inflation data for January is undershot forecast. Marginal misses in 2 out of the 3 measures. Nonetheless, they were lower. Meanwhile, macroeconomic data out of Malaysia has suggested that the economy may be slowing there. That the US federal government is to face another shutdown after a new budget plan has stalled in the Senate. One senator from Kentucky has held things up, but nonetheless the money is potentially going to run out yet again there. And in Germany, the German SPD leader Martin Schulz has accepted a post in Angela Merkel's cabinet, a move that has caused concern among his senior colleagues, as Mr. Schulz swore that he would never sit in a cabinet with Angela Merkel ahead of the German elections back in October. Right, food for thought, something to take away with you into the trading day. And I thought we'd try and put some of the recent equity moves that we've seen into context. Here's the chart, first of all, of the Dow Jones, the Dow 30. And you can see we were rallying back, but of course we've sold off dramatically again overnight. This is obviously a 4-hourly chart. A table here that ranks the recent moves in the S&P, yesterday's move being the 3rd largest move we've seen in the index over the last 5 years. And a table here that shows the relative movements of 3 or 4 major Asian indices as well. Right, please take a moment to read the risk warning. Trading CFDs on margin can be a risky business. If you're in any doubt about that or the suitability of CFDs or margin FX for you, then please do contact your Pepperstone account representative.